So in this video, we'll be going through equations of tangents, how to find an equation of a tangent when you've been given an equation of a circle. So what I have here is essentially two different questions, pretty much the same, but there's two things that, well, there's one thing that's actually quite different, and you'll see as I do the question. So essentially this topic will allow you to be able to, find the equations of tangents based on circles. Okay, and this is definitely, you need to know this. It is part of your syllabus and it's a bit more on the advanced side of things, but once you understand the method, you will see the method stays the same. It's just the numbers that changes. So let's get straight to this. So if you look at the first one, we have the line Q is a tangent to this circle. So this x squared plus y squared equals 50 is an equation of a circle, basically, right? At the point M, where M has a coordinate 416, work out the equation of line Q. So again, excuse for the poor circle drawing that I'm about to do, but essentially the first thing to do is, it's good when you have diagrams because it's easier to visualize. Now I know this x squared plus y squared equals 50 is going to be an equation of a circle, so I know I'm going to have a circle like this where it's pretty much the center is 0 0 because it's x squared and y squared, right? So for these kind of circle equations, it's just going to be right in the middle, 0 0. Now this 50 means the radius, but you're not going to need this when you're doing these kind of questions. It's just a number there So they're saying that M has a coordinate 416 now, and it's a tangent. Now, one thing you need to understand about tangents is basically when something is a tangent to something, it just touches the point. So when it's saying line Q is a tangent and at M, and M has a coordinate 416. So if you think about it, 416 is going to be somewhere here, right? And your tangent essentially, again, it's not really going to be a good drawing, but tangent essentially is the line that just touches the point, right? That's what the tangent is. So this is essentially your line M, okay? And tangent also means that it's 90 degrees from the origin. So if my origin is right in the middle, it's going to be perpendicular. This is going to be perpendicular. So tangent, two things: it touches the point and it's also at 90 degrees perpendicular. So the question is asking, find the equation of this line M. Now, if you haven't watched how to find equations of lines, I'll put those in the link below. You need to go and watch that first on how to find an equation of line, or else you're not going to be able to do this. But essentially, when you want to find the equation of line, you need two things. One is gradient, and then another one is a coordinate. Now, you know the coordinate because essentially at the point, this is not M, is it? This is line Q. Sorry, find the equation of line Q, and this is my point M. So you know this coordinate point M because it's given in the question, which is 4 and 16. So we know that here, right? All we need now is we need to find the gradient M. So by the way, this capital M and M, they're not the same thing. They're completely different. This is M for gradient, and this M is just for the coordinate. Now, for you to find the coordinate of line Q, if you think about it, well, if we're looking from the origin, and we're looking at this point M, 416, you know that it's going 4 across and 16 up, right? That's how we get this point M, 416. So if we find the gradient of the dotted line, which is essentially changing y over changing x, so 1604, that is 4. But remember, I want the gradient of my line Q, right? This is the gradient that I want. Now, if you know, right, if something is perpendicular, because this dotted line is perpendicular to the straight line, you know you have to do the reciprocal, right? The gradient is going to be perpendicular. So to find the perpendicular gradient of 4, it's going to be minus 1 over 4, right? And again, if you're not sure about this, go and watch the equation of line video. That will definitely help you out. So once we got the reciprocal of gradient, minus 1 over 4, we've got the coordinate 416. We can find the equation of line Q. So we can say y is equals to mx plus c. So this is going to be my x. This is going to be my y. So if we put that in here, so 16. Gradient is what we just found, minus a quarter. And then x is 4 plus c, right? So 16 is equal to minus a quarter times 4 is minus 1 plus c. And then c is essentially going to be move the minus 1 to the other side. So it's going to be 17 you're adding. So essentially your equation of the tangent for line Q is going to be y is equals to minus 1 over 4x plus 17. And that is my equation of the tangent. That's how you do it. So very simple. Essentially what you're looking at is first find the gradient. Once you find the gradient, find the reciprocal gradient because it's perpendicular, and then get the coordinate and then find the equation of the line. That's it. So if you need, just pause the video a bit, write some notes down, and then once you're ready, I'll go through the second one. So if we look at the second one, the difference now between the second one and first one, do you guys know, can you guys spot what the difference is, except the radius being 45 and 50? What would that difference be? If you look at it, the coordinates here have changed, right? It's become now minus 3, 9, whereas in the other one it's 4, 16. So here, what we want to do again, we just visually, I'm going to just draw the circle. So that's pretty much going to stay the same. That's not really going to change. That's such a bad circle. Hold up. So the circle is going to be something like that. Now, this coordinate minus 3, 9, you've got to be careful here, right? So minus 3 is obviously going to be on this side and 9 is going to be on this side. So you know your point minus 3, 9 is going to be on the upper quadrant, right? So my tangent is essentially going to be a line like this again that just touches the point. So this minus 3, 9 is my coordinate n. This is where n is. This is the coordinate, right? So again, what we need is to find the equation of this tangent. We need a gradient and we need a coordinate, but we already got the coordinate minus 3, 9, so that's fine. We need the gradient. So again, if we look at this, it's going 3 across and then 9 down, up, right? So if we get the gradient, well, minus 3 the other way, isn't it? So if we get the gradient, so what would that be? 9 divided by 3, right? Or minus 3, should I say? So then that's going to be what? Minus 3. So remember, because we want to find the, so that was for the dotted line, right? Because we want to find the line, the perpendicular gradient, we have to flip it. M equals 1 over 3 because we flip it, right? So also just remember, if the line is like this, you should know this line, you should have a positive gradient, right? If your line is at the first question, you should know the gradient should be negative. So that should give you a bit of an idea when you're finding the gradient, if your answer is right or wrong. So just recapping, my gradient, I went minus 3 across and 9 up. So I did 9 divided by minus 3, which is minus 3. But remember, that's the gradient for the dotted line, right? I want to find the perpendicular gradient, which is this line. So I have to find the reciprocal. Minus 3, the reciprocal is 1 over 3. And now I can find the equation of the line using 1/3 and the coordinates. So again, we're going to do y equals mx plus c. And then this is going to be x, this is going to be y. Sub that in. So 9, gradient is 1 over 3 times minus 3 plus c. So 9 is equals to a third times minus 3 is minus 1 plus c. So c is equals to 10. So my equation of the tangent in this case is going to be y equals 1 over 3x plus 10. And that is it. So if that makes sense, great. This is literally how we find the equation of tangents. And then what, if not, just kind of pause the video and try and see it again and see what you don't understand. If you still don't understand, just put it down in the comments. So what I'll do next is I will give you 2 questions for you guys to try out and practice on. And then, try out, play the video again and see the work solution. Okay, so have a go at these questions, pause the video, play it back again, and then you can see the work solution. Right, so again, if we look at this equation, so now we have x squared minus y squared equals 10. Nothing changes, everything still stays the same. We have an equation of a circle, right? And the point is 2 and 8. So the point 2 and 8 is going to be somewhere here, okay? And we know that this is going to be the tangent, just touching that, right? And this is the point B. So we know this is going to be 2 and 8. So if remember, we need the gradient. We need to find the gradient. So we're going to find the gradient from the origin, right? So it's going 2 across and 8 up. So the gradient is going to be 8 divided by 2, which is 4. But remember, because we want to find the perpendicular gradient of the tangent, because it's perpendicular, we have to find the reciprocal gradient. So that's just going to be minus 1 over 4. So I've got my reciprocal gradient and I've got my coordinate. Now I just need to find my equation of the line. So y equals mx plus c. My y is going to be 8. Gradient is going to be minus 1/4. And then x is going to be 2 plus c, right? So that's going to be 8 equals to, I don't know why I wrote plus. So that's going to be minus 2 over 4, which is half plus c. So then if you do 8 plus half, because you move it to the other side, so 8 plus half. So that's going to give us 17 over 2. So that means the equation of the tangent is going to be y is equals to, what's the gradient? Minus 1/4 x plus 17 over 2. And that's it. Now, if we look at the second one, we're going to get, so if we draw this, actually, let's use blue actually. So again, another circle we're going to draw. And this time the point, oh, that is weird. How does that go from red and blue? Let's use blue. Okay, so we have a circle. And the point is minus 6 and 18, right? So minus 6 and 18 is going to be on the top quadrant, right? So if I have minus 6, it's going to be somewhere here, and 18 is going to be somewhere here. So this is going to be my tangent, right? So this is my point C, which is minus 6, 18. So again, we need to find the equation or the gradient first, right? So we know that this is going minus 6 across and it's going 18 up. So the gradient is going to be what? 18 divided by minus 6, which is minus 3. But remember, we need to find the reciprocal gradient because it's at 90 degrees. So the reciprocal to minus 3 is going to be 1 over 3. So I've got 1 over 3 and my gradient is minus 6 and 18. So again, we find the equation of the line, y equals mx plus c. So my y is 18, gradient is 1 over 3, x is minus 6 plus c. So 18 is equals to, that's going to be minus 2 plus c. So c is equals to 20. So equation is going to be y is equals to, what is my m? 1 over 3x plus 20. And that is my equation of tangent. Okay, so if you got that, well done. You can see, right, method stays the same. It's not too difficult. Question looks hard, but essentially once you've got the diagram, it's pretty easy once you understand it, right? So if there's still things that you don't understand, just put it down in the comments. Like I said, I will help you out. I do not have a problem answering your questions. Just put it down. You don't get if you don't ask. And yeah, that will be the equation of tangent. So I might be doing a part 2 as well of this because they are a bit more advanced ones, but I just want you guys to first understand this before moving on to the next stuff. Okay, so if you like this video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.